Oklahoma by Jason Isbell is going to be played in standard tuning. For this song, you'll need to know an A minor chord, an E minor chord, a D or a version of a D major chord, version of a C major chord, and a version of a G chord. There's no real clear video of Jason Isbell playing this out there yet, so I'm having to kind of speculate as to chord positions, or rather like what fingerings he's using to execute these notes, but the notes should be pretty spot on, I think, from what I'm hearing here. Obviously, there are a lot of electric guitars going on in this song. I'm just going to kind of show you a way to pull this off with one acoustic guitar in a way that grabs both the elements of the main riff and then the strumming pattern, so that you can just kind of do it as a one-person gig. All right, so the opening riff is going to be over an A minor song, or an A minor chord. You need your second finger on the 4-string 2 fret, your ring finger on the 3-string 2 fret, your first finger on the 2-string 1 fret, and you'll strum from the open 5-string down to the 1 string. And that's just what the song starts off on, it's just a 1 strum. And then you hear that happen. So the way that you do that, you'll then, after strumming, you'll come back and you'll pick the 2-string where your first finger is in A minor position, and then you'll lift your first finger, you'll pluck the string again, and then you'll come to the 3-string where your ring finger's on the 3-string 2 fret, pluck that, and then lift your ring finger and expose the 3-string. So you've got... After that, we're going to shift our fingers down a set of strings so that we make an E minor position. My second finger is now on the 5-string 2 fret. My ring finger is now on the 4-string 2 fret. And we'll kind of, we'll let the pick strum down on this E minor chord. So we'll hit down the E minor, and then we'll purposefully emphasize the open 3-string, and then the 4-string 2 fret, where our ring finger is planted. So we've got out of the A minor, then to the E minor. So that's like a E minor, then 3 4 strings. And then we'll go. That is an open 3-string. And then out of the E minor position, I'm lifting my ring finger up to hit the 3-string 2 fret. After hitting the open 3-string, notice how I'll put my ring finger down right there. And then I'll hit the open 2-string. And then it hits the 3-string again on the 2nd fret. But I will say that before hitting the 3-string 2 fret again, I know that the next chord is moving to a D, so after I go open 3, ring to the 3-string 2 fret, and the open 2, as I'm striking that open 2, I lift my ring finger off the fretboard and reposition so that I can go into a D chord. So after, whenever I'm coming back down to the 3-string 2 fret, I'm doing it with my first finger so that I can then flesh out a D chord because it goes as the next movement. So, out of the E minor, after you hit that 3-string 2 fret where you're moving your first finger to, you'll hit the open 4-string. So you'll hit the open 4-string and then you'll kind of strum through a D chord, but as you're doing it, you're going to move with your pinky finger to the 3-string 4 fret, and then lift your pinky finger to where your first finger is still on the 3-string 2 fret, and then open up the 3-string. So out of the E minor again slowly. And then, so out of the D chord, it moves to a C chord. So after you hit that open 3-string out of the D chord, open 3-string, plant your fingers into a C chord. I've got my ring finger on the 5-string 3 fret. I've got my second finger on the 4-string 2 fret, I've got an open 3 string, and I've got my first finger pulled back to the 2-string 1 fret to make a C chord. Now, whenever Jason plays this in the first C chord, you hear out of the D chord, it sounds like that 4-string 2 fret gets hit first, but it's all inside of a C chord, so that's really maybe a bit nitpicky. But so you hit down, and then you lift your first finger and hit that open 2 string, and then put your first finger back down. And that's the end of the first round of the riff. Very quickly, or very slowly rather, putting it together. Notice how both of those were kind of up strums. So the open or the 2-string 1 fret, lift my first finger off the 2-string 1 fret, put my first finger back down on the 2-string 1 fret. So that's the first round. The second round, the riff slightly changes. So you're going to be on a C chord for the beginning of the second round of the riff. It doesn't always go back to that A minor. A lot of these chords are coming out of a C with just kind of some sporadic A minors throughout the song. So the second part of the riff, you'll strum down the C chord, and then you'll strum it again. And on your, so like strum down, strum down, and then up. And then on that up, you're going to be emphasizing your pinky finger that needs to fall down on the 2-string 3 fret. And then you come back to lift your pinky finger up and hit the 2-string again where your first finger still is from the C chord. And then you open up the 2-string. Then you move your second finger to the 3-string 2 fret. And then you lift your second finger and open the 3-string. So you get in the first piece of the second round of this riff. Again, slowly out of the C chord. And then the second part's pretty much the same. Move to the E minor chord, to the D chord, again with, so just like on the A minor, but this second time, or the third time through rather, with the C chord, you don't go with your pinky finger to the 3-string 2 fret. It's just hit and then pull off, not pull off, but like strum and then take off with your first finger 2 fret. So that was the third time. Then I think the last time, the fourth time, it does it with the pinky. And you do that little lift up and put back down, and now here's where the vocals come in. The vocals will come in over an A minor chord. So you've got an A minor chord, and here strumming can just be like a down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. That would get your strumming by here. So A minor to the E minor to the D chord. The way that I'm playing the D chord is not a full D chord. I'm leaving the 1 string open. My first finger is just on the 3-string 2 fret, and my ring finger is on the 2-string 3 fret. So A minor to the E minor to the D chord to the C chord. The way that I'm playing the C chord is in the verse to just leave my ring finger planted, and I think I leave my ring finger planted there the entire verse, and just move with my my second finger to the 5-string 3 fret. It repeats C, E minor, D, C. And you can kind of hear like electric guitars doing some jangly things up on the high register of the string. So sometimes out of the strumming pattern, I'll break and just go like 1, 2, 1, 2, emphasizing a 1, 2, 1, 2 inside of my right hand pattern. That sort of feel. And then the chorus. So after a couple rounds of verse, each time the verse basically goes back to starting on that C. It really only goes to A minors on the first round of each verse, if I remember correctly. So when we come out of the verse, the chorus, you're going to pull into a G chord. So whenever I say pull into it, you'll move to the G chord really with your first finger on the 6th string 2 fret, which that note's not in the G chord that we want to play. It's just we're hitting that as a quick, so that as we hit it and then immediately hammer down our 2nd finger to the 6th string 3 fret after, it kind of gives us that pull-up note. So the G chord is going to be ultimately 2nd finger on the 6th string 3 fret. I really just let my 2nd finger block out the A note on the beginning of this chord. Open 4, open 3, and then ring finger on the 2 string 3 fret and pinky finger on the 1 string 3 fret. Also, I'm speculating on these chord positions. You can play standard G chords. I'm just kind of playing something that seems intuitive for my style of playing here. So you've got the G chord. And I feel like on the album version, I can hear that lead into the C chord with a hammer on with your first finger to the 5 string 2 fret, and then a hammer on again to the 5 string 3 fret with your 2nd finger to get to the C chord. So I'm leaving just ring and pinky planted on the 3rd fret of strings 1 and 2. You've got G chord, hammer on the C, then go to an E minor chord. For this, I'm just leaving again my ring and pinky planted, and I'm moving with my first finger to the 5 string 2 fret and emphasizing the low 6th string. After kind of 2 strums on the E minor, it comes up to a D chord, which I'm not playing again a full fleshed out D chord. I'm just moving my first finger to the 3 string 2 fret here, leaving my ring and pinky planted. And you can pull off and then go back to the C chord. So those are the chords to the chorus. It's a G to a C to an E minor to a D chord to a C chord. And then coming out of the chorus, it goes back into your riff. And so that's the beginning of the 2nd verse, because it's beginning on the A minor, to the E minor, to the D chord, to the C chord, and then instead of going back to the A minor for the remainder of the verse, it's just starting on the C, 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 E minor, D chord, to the C chord. And then whenever you eventually get to the solo section, it's happening over an A minor, E minor, D, C, and then C again, E minor, D, C. So like your intro progression chords is what the solo is taking place over. So those are the chords and the movements to King of Oklahoma by Jason Isbell. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.